Hey guys, so today we're going to be blanching some kale. Before the frost killed it, I wanted to go ahead and pick it and freeze it so that we can use it and eat it all through the winter. So I'm just going to show you guys basically how I do that. So my kale here, just kind of washed it. You want to wash it off pretty good. And there are still pathogens and parasites on organic produce, so you do want to soak it, rinse it, that sort of thing. And then you're going to destem, which I hate doing because really this is probably one of the most nutritious parts of the plant. You want to destem them to freeze them. Mine are a little bit limp and tender because we waited just a few days too late to pick them, but they're still good. You can still use them. And so basically the best way to destem them, I mean, I guess you could pull it off like a lot of people do, but I just take one, fold it in half, and then just cut the thicker part of the stem off all the way down. And it takes 3 seconds. If you have a lot of kale, it can take a minute, but it's worth it. And so then you just kind of chop it up, you throw it in a bowl, and then I'm going to show you how to blanch. My hair's going all over the place because I'm right over the vent. And so I'm going to show you how to blanch kale, and you would also blanch, you can blanch, tomatoes, a lot of different zucchini and squash, veggies, but I'm doing kale, and I'm going to show you basically how to do that and then transfer them over to an ice bath. So I finally got it all chopped, and now we're going to put it in this really hot water, and you got to do it pretty fast because you don't want it to blanch any longer than like 2.5 minutes. And so you want it to still have its color, but it will become a little more limp. And I'll show you. So let me grab a tool. I can find one. Here we go. Okay, and so you're gonna basically kind of push all of this underneath the water. You want it all to be underneath the water. You want it all to be a little limp. It's not going to be black. It's just going to be a really dark green color. And so you're going to blanch that, like I said, no longer than like 2.5 minutes. You're going to let that do its thing. It's going to become a little limp. This is a really easy process. It's just, it's the cutting and the chopping and, the timing and the setting up and the prep time and the cleanup time. So I'm gonna let this hang out for about another minute, and then we're gonna transfer over to the ice bath, which is right next door. And we're gonna put it directly in the ice bath, and what this does is this actually stops the enzymes from continuing to cook. So you're gonna want to do this part pretty quick. And when you're doing this, you'll notice that it's still green. It shouldn't be a light green. It should still be a really dark, pretty green. And so once you get all of this to the ice bath, you'll put the ice on top of it. You may need to pour more ice in it until it's pretty cool. You want it to pretty much not be warm or hot. And then we'll show you how to bag it. So this is what the ice bath looks like, and you're gonna do that for about a minute or so. It should probably only take a minute and a half to get cool, and then we'll drain it and bag it. So we're going to drain the ice bath. Right, meow. And this could be a little tricky, so just start slow. And some of the ice is gonna still be frozen in the strainer with it, so we have to pick some of it out. Not the worst thing that ever happened. All right, sorry about the lighting situation here, but we are good. We are now going to bag it. So overall, pretty simple process. When you drain it, you're just gonna drain it and you're gonna gently squeeze the kale and pretty much just shake out any excess water. You know, you don't want it really wet, but you don't necessarily have to dry it either. There you go. And so I would have used a smaller bag, but I ended up having a gallon. So you'll label it, you know, put the date so you know when it was frozen by. And then I always do the roll method. It seems to keep it fresh a little longer. So you roll the bag, kind of press, make sure all the air is out. And that's about it, guys. So that's all here on the homestead. If you have any questions or if you have any comments or suggestions, just post them below. Bye.